pasión. Hoy, sin brújula ni prisa, en mi soledad me encuentro viendo mi color. Hoy, sin huir de este tiempo, ya iré para los laberintos de mi corazón. Las palabras que no son paz en el camino, los amigos que no son amigos de pasillo. Dime dónde estás, dime dónde vas, dime lo que ves. Las palabras que no son paz en el camino, son amigos de pasillo. Dime dónde estás, dime dónde vas, dime lo que ves. No necesito tener alas para volar. Que tu gira y la veleta sigue igual. No necesito tener alas para volar. Que tu gira y la veleta sigue igual. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, no pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, dicen lo que ven. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. No pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. No pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. No pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. No pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Sonámbulos de pasillo. Dime dónde estás, dime dónde vas, dime lo que ves. Ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. No necesito tener alas para volar. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Que tu gira y la veleta sigue igual. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. No necesito tener alas para volar. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Que tu gira y la veleta sigue igual. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, no pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, dicen lo que ven. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. Pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. No pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. No pa' siempre dicen lo que ven, pero no pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. No pa' siempre y este mundo de revés. No pa' siempre dicen lo que ven. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad. Ley de gravedad, ley de gravedad, ley de la gravedad.
Vietnam. These beautiful clothes are part of a sample of Chula fashion, and the names behind the brand name are Laura and Diego, Laura Fontana and Diego Cortizas. And we are so happy to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I want to tell you a little bit about Chula Fashion. Chula Fashion is a brand name that is making its mark in and out of Vietnam. It hires hearing impaired workers, so it's for a good cause. And as you can see, the bold colors and the patterns are really what makes it stand out. So let's have a chat with Laura and Diego, who are here to share their experience with us today. Laura, Diego, thank you again for showing us your great work, and thank you for coming to the studio. And now I want to go back to some of the pieces that we just saw. Can we talk about some of the inspiration behind some of the clothes we just saw?
Well, actually, our inspiration comes from, from many things that we see around. We love architecture, art, paintings, the city, Hanoi, and then many of the inspiration come.
Yes, like in this collection, like many animals from Vietnam, like the gecko, the peacock, the snake, the
birds with the case in the case,
yes, the case of the bird. There are many as well, many
that comes with lines that is about the roots and the trees, Here in Hanoi, the huge trees.
As well, the cables, all the geometries that we see in the street every day, is always we try to translate to the patterns of the dresses.
So in terms of feature, also in terms of fabric, what are you using, and how would you describe the lines that you're choosing?
We use like a 95% Vietnamese silk, taffeta silk, Da Nang silk, organza, because we think that material for us is like beautiful here in Vietnam. The silk material is beautiful, very rich in colors. You have like many tones. As well, for we Spanish in Spain, we don't have silk. Then for us, it's a material for parties, for being elegant. Then for us, it's really we
like that to make silk dresses, for party or for evening, but always with these funny ideas. Try to don't make so serious the silk. Usually the silk looks like a very serious material. But with these ideas, colorful ideas, pattern ideas, graphic design ideas. Usually the dresses become more funny and more fresh,
Playful, absolutely.
Yes, playful.
We have a little clip of you going to the silk market, so let's take a look at that and then we'll come back to it.
Thank you.
Today, Laura goes to Dong Xuan Market, the biggest wholesaler in Hanoi, to buy some silk from the traders she's known for years. She sticks a piece of tape onto the colour she wants to order. Laura says hello to everyone here in Vietnamese and asks them simple questions using her limited vocabulary. Her friendliness makes her popular with the traders. Even those she doesn't do business with still welcome her as a friend.
Hay mua hàng ở đây là mấy năm nay rồi, 5-6 năm rồi. Ai cũng biết lao ra mua hàng ở đây lâu lắm rồi, mọi người ai cũng quý.
Laura says 95% of the silk she uses for her collections is Vietnamese silk, produced in different parts of the country. She adores Vietnamese silk for its quality and vivid colours, which in turn inspires her and her husband to create striking new outfits.
How's the relationship between, say, your choice of silk and your design? Do you design first and then go get your silk, or do you go to the market, see the silk, get inspired, and then design? How does that work?
Yes, a little bit the second one, no?
Yes, we usually go first to the market. We see which color they have at the moment.
And it's a little bit the same, no? And the idea, no?
The idea is we don't produce so much quantity. We never buy in stock 200 meters of one material. We always buy a small quantity because we would like to
change the colors.
Even.
Fantastic. Now, I want to go back to when you started at the very beginning of Chula. First of all, what does Chula mean, and why did you choose the name?
What Chula means in Spanish is a typical Spanish word. It means like beautiful, charming, cool. No, it's an attitude, and when you really like something and it's original, you say, ah, que chulo, que chula. Okay. And when somebody looks beautiful and with attitude, we say chula.
Stylish.
It's stylish and with character, yes. Chula. Then I think the names goes very well with the clothes.
I want to go back to your experience as entrepreneurs in Vietnam. Tell me a little bit more about how you started your business here.
The truth is that we've been very, very lucky and very, with our experience here, we never
we don't have really a plan to stay 5 years or 6 years
And
like
to
now.
open a business.
Once day by day we start with
We come
designing.
here, we saw the beautiful material, we start to custom make clothes with the wonderful tailors in Vietnam. In Spain we don't have this habit, no? And then Diego started to, one day I asked Diego to make some painting because he paints very well in one skirt I was doing. And then he make a beautiful lady in my skirts, and then we went to a party and everybody, how beautiful, I want to buy. No, but we're making for ourselves. And then our friends start to ask us not to do more designs. And Diego, in that weekend, I remember you make like 20 drawings, different drawings in a beautiful skirt. Then we saw, oh, here is
That's the beginning of the
Yes.
business.
yes, it was.
So it's basically from your love of clothing and your love of drawing clothing
Exactly.
that people got inspired
Yes.
and started asking you
Yes.
to produce more.
Yes.
But in the very first place, why did you choose Vietnam, to come to Vietnam?
Actually, it was for a personal reason because my older brother was living here.
Okay.
He was working for the European Commission. He just got married, and first time we came to his wedding here, and we loved the country. We found the country, the people, the food, everything. We fell in love with Vietnam. And after we decided to come to spend our last year of like young couple without children, no?
So Chula actually started in 2005 or
Yes.
2005, but
One
you
year
guys
after.
were actually here in 2004.
Four, yes.
Right?
Exactly. It
Okay.
took 1 year, no?
Yes, we were 1 year before really set up the business.
And you
Well,
had
we were
to.
very lucky because Christina, Ju, and Mark, her husband from Ipanema, Vietnam give us our first chance. We were friends, and when they saw our creations, they said, "Wow, let's put in a shop and let's see if the people like it." Then that was great. That was for us like the first step.
I want to talk about your use of labor from the hearing impaired workers. How did that come about, and what gave you the idea of hiring hearing impaired?
So this at the beginning was just by how to say by chance because we know this NGO called Huasua that they train deaf people in sewing and embroidery, and then when we look for the first worker, when we want somebody to work with us in embroidery, we went there and we employed Zoom, that she was great, and then we realized how nice was to work directly with Diego can direct and can
And as
interact.
well, I mean, we realized that to communicate with her people is not
Yes.
so difficult, no?
It's not that
After working with her, we realized that for us was great the communication. We don't speak fluent Vietnamese. Then for us, the body language and we have very.
Then we decided to
We like to work with her, and then we decide to work. Yes.
We have a clip of you guys with some of your workers, so let's take a look at that, all right?
Thank you.
Laura and Diego often start their working day by dropping in at the workshop to say good morning to the workers. Although Laura only speaks a little Vietnamese, and most of the workers can neither speak nor hear, they still have no problem in communicating, as body language helps. Starting with one, now they have some 40 physically challenged workers out of a total of 50. It's they who have made these beautiful dresses that have won high acclaim from customers.
I think what first struck me is the beautiful colors and fabrics that they use for the dresses. But then you start looking at one dress one by one and you realize there's a story behind them. So I really like to look into them and to discover little things in all the dresses.
Professionals also highly value Chula's products.
I think the product is really unique because all the pattern on all the dresses are hand-drawn by Diego, and then they use different technique to apply that pattern onto dresses, and every single collection is different, and I think the design are very good, and it's very similar to Ipanema concept because Ipanema concept is designed first, so I thought that their designs are excellent.
Chula exports 30% of what it produces to Spain, Portugal, Austria, Italy, Malaysia, Japan and Australia. They mainly sell their dresses in Vietnam's major cities of Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City and Hue, with customers ranging from locals to expats and tourists. Last year, Chula produced 1,700 pieces, a very small quantity for a garment company, but each dress is a piece of art, as her buyers emphatically agree.
So in the report, we see a strong positive bond between you and the hearing impaired workers that you hired. Give me an example of that strong bond and how you've developed it over the years.
The truth is that we have a great relation, and it means since the beginning. I mean, we start our business in fashion with our workers at the same time, no? I mean, we've been like growing together.
We have the factory in our house, no? Then they know all the family,
yes,
then
yes.
they know our children from they were born. Then we have very strong relation with that, no? And now many of them they start to get married. We go to the
Their
weddings.
weddings. So they are really growing
Yes,
with the
yes.
company.
Exactly. We're growing all together.
Okay.
We are very happy because the first worker that we hire soon, with the embroidery girl, she already has 2 babies in this period, no?
Okay.
Then,
Yes.
same like us,
Like
almost,
us
no?
as well.
She has the same.
So
the
even
babies
your
the same
kids
age.
are growing together with their
Yes.
kids.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And do the kids actually come to the workshop sometimes?
Of course, I mean,
Sometimes,
yes, the workshop is at home. Then, I mean, every morning when they go to school, they have to say good morning to everybody.
And with regards to the hearing impaired, describe for me, if you can, their work. They're tailors, but do they, what are their responsibilities in terms of?
Each girl make one dress. I mean, we don't work like by
In a
steps,
chain,
in the
yeah.
chains. Then each girl make one dress since the beginning.
From A to Z.
Yes, and it's great that they organize each other between them very well. Maybe at the beginning, when we have a new worker, they don't have the skills that we use, no, because our work is a lot of patchworking, a lot of
And quality,
cuttings.
right?
Yeah,
That's important.
exactly.
You want
Then-
seams to be straight.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
But that they do very well. They direct each other. No, they know
Yes.
how to teach. Now we have like our plan is to grow the company, but as well to open like a kind of like a school for
Like a small school,
sewing
no?
school
For
Okay.
for deaf.
they can tell the friends that they are interested but they don't have a training. They can come to Chula and they will be like 6 month training. Of course paying this training, but in this time they can learn a profession, no? And after that, if they want to continue working in Chula, it's okay. If not, they can open a business or they can try to work for another company.
you told me earlier that part of the impetus of starting to work with hearing impaired people was just you knew someone and then she knew more and more and more and more. Did you have any fears at the beginning of?
No, not really. I mean, we start with this worker by chance, but then we really like the way they work and the relation and the feeling, and then we have more, and now we really like to work with people with these problems, and we really enjoy working with them, and we think that they work great, and they even could have more sensibility or harder work than people without any problem because the people who have some problems sometimes they are more.
Of course. In the company as well, we have some people with another disabilities. They have polio when they were born, but I think the people with disability, they are hard workers, and as well they try to improve maybe better than other people that they don't have problems and they don't really appreciate the value of
the skill.
Then I think the problem is mainly to have the first opportunity. When they have the first opportunity, after you need to treat them like normal workers, the ones who work better, you increase the salary and you give better conditions, but you don't need to think there are difference or no. I think what they want is to try to make
be treated normally.
Normal.
Yeah.
Totally normal. It's true that the first opportunity is difficult to get them, and as well the training inside the company. Now we are looking to some teachers of English for deaf people. That it's not so easy to find like a system or a nice method to learn English for hearing.
Now, we've just talked about your expansion for the school. Does that mean also that you're expanding the company in other ways? Because I assume that in a very short time you'll be able to produce even more and to have more stock.
The truth is that now we have, how our clothes is very handmade, and we take maybe from 2 to 4 days to make one piece of clothes.
Wow, okay.
And the truth is that we have many workers, but our production is very limited. We have like maybe how many outfits we have now designed?
Maybe design
400.
400
and maybe one design we sell the maximum 50 times, 50 dresses, and they are split in all over the world because people buy free here. And And it's really
Sense of
exclusive.
Yeah, many of the designs, especially the ones that I paint by myself, maybe are 3 pieces in the wall.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Let's take a look at some more of your clothing in the fashion show.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're back. I want to talk a little bit about what you used to do before you became fashion designers. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, Diego is an architect, and I study political science.
Political science and an architect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're both, I imagine you're both aesthetically inclined in some way, but how did you proceed with the transition?
In fact, the decision was to come to live here, no?
Come to live here and discover the wonderful materials and the...
Of course, Laura, all
I
the
always
women,
like the clothes, no? Like every
and I like the design, but not specifically like fashion design. I like the graphic design.
Diego is an artist, that he paints well, he has many ideas, we never thought about the clothes, no?
I like the clothes, but not in the meaning of the fashion magazines.
No, he doesn't see any magazine, you know? It's just, if you see the clothes, you see that behind the clothes there is powerful ideas, funny ideas.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about how you divide the work. Who designs And I know you're the drawer, but who comes up with the idea? Who does the administrative work? Who does the paper stuff? And
well, Diego's the boss. Diego's the boss, is the designer, is the leader. No. I'm just assistant.
We're a couple and the boss always is the one. The wife is always the boss.
No, but he's the artist. He's the artist.
No, I'm more focused in the design. I really like the design part.
Okay.
And of course, Laura has more skill about public relations, marketing. But I mean, we're a team. We are all the time working together. Even I make design always. I said to Laura, and she knows more about how it's better for a woman, how it's better. Then always we discuss many about the colors, about things. But the general concept of the collection is always for my side. No, but to adjust this to a real concept of the outfit. Always we work together.
Can people order online?
Yes, exactly.
They can order your clothes online. And how do you do for the measurements? A lot of people, sometimes they don't want to order online because they can't try it on. So
we have one, we explain how to take very carefully all the measurements, and we are doing by custom made by internet, and we are doing like a 99% success. Every dress that they send us the measures by internet.
Still, people they start to be afraid about internet to take a measure, but the people who try always repeat next year, and it's, I mean, I think it's the future as well.
It's the future,
how you sell by internet will be the future, no?
And we are very happy with that. That our customers, when they buy us a dress, after they always repeat, and they always give you the feedback that I went to the party. I mean, it was a big success. Exactly, and that's very important for us. We are selling abroad. We are selling in very little boutiques that they like very much our clothes. They understand it's a very limited edition. No, and it's not much.
Yes, I mean, of course, we would like to expand, but we don't want to lose this relationship with the customer. This unique designs. No, we don't want to go to a mass production. No?
Sometimes we do some like unique dresses. No, maybe we have some customers that say, "Well, I have this wedding, but I am from this country, and my husband is from another. Could you design something about?" Then they give us a subject, and we do like a.
Why you guys focus on gowns, on evening dresses? Is there a reason for that, or do you?
Well, yes, for us, like the silk is like a very elegant party for weddings, but as well Chula, if you see, it's all colorful, happy. Then we like the idea of going to a party, to a wedding, very elegant but fun.
Yeah.
You know, fun.
Okay.
Yes, because as well, I think the fashion industry already is very smart, intelligent, with playful ideas. But when the same people who in the street is with something funny, when they go to a party, usually it's getting serious, no? Like, okay, I'm going to wear silk, I'm going to just black color.
Yeah.
Then we like this, no? Like you can
mix formality and playfulness.
Exactly.
I think there is.
I think it's really successful when you go to a party and you go with something fun and cheer. And
so you realize that there are many. Not young people as well, people from the 40s or 50s, that they really like this idea, no?
Yeah.
That, okay, I could go to a party with a nice material dress, silk dress, and the cutting, classic cutting, not so sexy, you know, like now the fashion, but with something original, no? This is what we like it, no?
Yeah.
Not something so serious.
Chula is a Spanish fashion brand created by designer Laura Fontan and architect Diego Cortazas. Having established themselves here in Vietnam in 2004, the couple have since developed a line of clothing that connects the colourful world of Spanish design with both hand sewing and embroidery techniques and the richness of Asian fabrics. Chula's approach is to produce its dresses, all individually handmade, as limited editions, and seek to create exclusivity by varying their colour, embroidery and geometric designs. Chula's design philosophy focuses on creating one-of-a-kind garments using bold colours and striking graphic patterns, caringly handcrafted with 100% silk. Season after season, Chula clothes do not follow the tyranny of fashion, but prefer to set their own unique tempo.
Now, if you were to describe Chula fashion, someone wants to know, what is Chula fashion? How would you describe it in your words? How would you describe the style?
The style.
Oh, now it's clothes for a woman who wants to be different, independent, and who don't care about. As well, Chula means like it's not just cool. It's as well you don't care what the people think about you because you are sure that
you are good.
Self-assertive woman. You have to be a little bit marginal to, if you're a very conservative person, you might not necessarily feel great in a peacock dress.
No, but after you try and you love it.
I know.
We realize that many men like our clothes.
Yes,
I mean,
for sure.
We really like that many people buy for her wife, of his boyfriend, girlfriend, the clothes. Even they don't know the size.
Now, at this point, how many collections? I know your collections. You've mentioned your collections are open-ended, so they're ongoing. You keep on adding pieces. But how many actual collections or lines do you have at this point?
10 collections.
10 collections, and you said about 400 different designs.
This is around 40 pieces by collection.
Per collection. Okay. To continually produce new designs, inspiration has to be, continuous as well. What are your tricks to stay inspired?
Our ideas are coming from the day-by-day life. That you go to the market, you see some fruits, some colors. You go to I mean, we try to don't stay all the time in the workshop. As well, go out to the city.
Now, tell me some of the feedback that people give you when they wear your clothes or they see the clothes for the first time. What's the main reaction?
We're very happy with that, because all the customers, after they get the dress, after they go to a party, they always tell us that it was a success, that everybody tell them.
Usually we don't see so much the people wearing our clothes, Is that some friends that told yesterday I was in a party and they were wearing them?
Yes, and we're super happy with that. In that party,
feedback
3
is
people
good.
was going.
Now, I want to talk about the business environment. How is it doing business here in Vietnam?
I think in fashion is a good moment because usually the average age of the fashion designers is the same like us, around between the 30s, 40s, And the people the fashion designers, Vietnamese young fashion designers, they really want to make new things, and I think the level as well of the models, of the photographers, has improved a lot in the last 5 years. Of course, there are some problems for foreigners about the communication at the beginning, but if you have the good feeling with the country, after all, it works.
Yes,
we have a very good feeling here.
We have very good experience, and everything goes.
Soon enough, your kids will speak fluent Vietnamese too, so they can be your little.
They do already. Carmen does like a Vietnamese.
For another person who want to come here in Vietnam for foreign designers, I recommend to don't adapt Vietnam to their business. It's opposite. They need to adapt to Vietnam.
Speaking of adaptation, we have a clip of your kids singing a little Vietnamese song, and I think that's just lovely because they've integrated Vietnam. They know Vietnam more than they know Madrid, right?
Yes,
so let's take a look at this fabulous clip. Take a look.
Diego and Laura say it is in Vietnam that they've got everything. A happy family with 3 kids, a career to devote themselves to, and a passion to pursue. All their children were born here. Carmen, the eldest, 5 years old, Pablo, her younger brother, just turned 3, and Iago, the smallest, 5 months old. Carmen and Pablo both can speak Vietnamese as they study with their Vietnamese peers. Carmen even speaks the language as well as Vietnamese do. She can sing Vietnamese children's songs so beautifully. The song, One Duck, is one of her favorites.
Một con vịt sẽ ra 2 cái cánh, nó kêu rằng quắc 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 quắc. Cọp hồ nước lá vì vào bì bóm, lúc lên bờ với cái cánh to hồ.
Now, we just saw your kids singing a little Vietnamese song, and we were talking about you guys being settled here, and they know Vietnam more than they know Madrid. What's your relationship to Vietnam versus Madrid, and where's your home?
We feel at home here. Of course, we are Spanish 100%, and we love Spain, and our family are there, and our roots. And our children, they are going to be, I think, half Spanish, half Vietnamese. Of course, they are Spanish because we give them all the traditions, all the culture, the language. And as well, we go a couple of times to Spain and to visit the family, and our parents as well and friends come here. Then our idea is we want to grow in both places at the same time. But of course, they live here, and they are super happy here.
Yeah. So it sounds like Hanoi is sort of your first home after all.
Yeah.
Sort of, even though there's a cultural attachment to your roots.
Yes. No, it's our home. I mean, we had our children here. We set up the company here. And
the workers are part of the big family as well.
Yes. We are super happy here.
That's great.
And we don't have date of coming back, no?
No.
Yeah, that's great. Diego, I want to talk about your hobby. You've got a little hobby on the side. You do some photography work, is that right?
Yes.
Tell me about that. What is inspiring in Hanoi when you go out and take pictures? What are your favorite places?
I like very much all the area around Hoan Kien, and as well all the main buildings here, no, like the Ñatho, the cathedral, or Ñahalon, the opera.
So much.
But of course, any corner in Hanoi is interesting for photography, no? And as well, another subject I like very much is the motion, the movement, no? Because when I come here to Hanoi, I already make reflection in other cities, no? But I never make pictures with motion, no? And then here I start,
long shutter speeds where you see sort of the lights and the motorbikes sort of passing by.
Yes, kind of things. No, especially with the bicycles, no? I like very much the cadence of the bicycles around the traffic, no? And I take many pictures of it.
And as well, what you say that it's, the movement is like a idea of Hanoi, no? That everything is in movement.
Yes,
it is. Combine your photography and your fashion work in any way? Do you take? Are you the one taking the pictures of the fabrics and the models? And
well, we took it as well. Laura likes very much photography and still like to take a photo shooting. I like more in the fashion show. I take as well picture of the movement of the models.
He takes beautiful of models and photo shooting, but with his technique of movement.
Yes,
we are thinking
of course, as well we hire another photographers to make the photo shooting and the editorial work. We really like to combine, the work of fashion, the photography. I think it's very, very related. No?
Now I want to talk about the future. We've talked about your new project with the school, so I assume you will be here for a little while longer. You've got a new addition, a new baby in your family. So what are your priorities for the next couple of years?
I think, of course, we would like to stay here in Hanoi, and we would like to develop more the company, organize better, no?
Yeah.
Because we
more publicity, more PR.
And organize better because we've been growing so quickly, and not that it's...
Yes.
We need to
organize better the workshop, the showroom, and as well more publicity, just more branding. No? I think we are in the right way, but there is a lot of work.
To do. Yes. Sure. And as well, I think we are in the perfect place, in the perfect shops. Then I think we want to focus very much in the workshop, in the factory, and of course look for more wonderful spots all over the world, wonderful boutiques like we have here, like Ipanema or Hallington House of Fashion.
That's great, fantastic. I hope that all your plans will come true.
Thank you so much.
I'm actually certain that they will because you guys are just so talented. Again, thank you so much for coming to talk with us today. Let's take a look at some more clothes before we go.
Okay.
Take a look. Thank you. Thank you to the models. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Laura. That's it for Talk Vietnam. We wish you luck in all your endeavors. We hope to see some more of your great work very soon. And you are both incredibly talented. That's it for Talk Vietnam. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time.